Hi, today I am going to teach about triple column cash book. It is also called three column cash book. Part 1. This video is useful for class 11, CA Foundation, CMA, CS, BBA, BCom and state board intermediate examinations. Okay, now what do you mean by triple column cash book? There are three columns for writing the amounts. One is discount allowed column, one is cash column, one is bank column. Since there are three columns, we call it triple column cash book. Credit side also we have three columns. One is discount received column, cash column, bank column. Both the debit side and credit side, three columns. So one side only we have to count. So three column cash book. How do you prepare this three column cash book for a businessman? When the businessman has both the cash transactions and bank transactions. What do you mean by cash transactions? Cash transactions means businessman receives cash by selling goods, by giving some service or some other activities, taking some commission. All these are called cash receipts. And cash payments are also there. When we purchase goods, we have to pay cash. When you pay salaries, we have to pay cash. So like that, a businessman has cash receipts as well as cash payments. Let us make a diagram for this cash transactions. Think that this is a business office. Now, by selling goods, cash comes into the business. By giving some service, cash comes into the business. And sometimes our credit customers will pay us cash. Cash comes into the business. These are all receipts of cash. This is for cash. Now, from this cash, we have to pay certain amounts. When you purchase goods, you have to pay cash. Cash goes out. When you purchase assets, cash goes out. You have to pay cash. When you pay salaries, cash goes out. It means sometimes cash comes in, sometimes cash goes out. These are cash receipts. These are cash payments. To record these receipts and to record these payments, we need a cash column here. This is for cash receipts. And this column is for cash payment. Whenever you receive cash, you have to record on debit side. This. You have to record on debit side. Whenever you pay cash, you have to record on credit side. For that purpose, we maintain cash column debit side, cash column credit side. Now, if you have excess cash means you are receiving more cash and you are paying less cash. That time, cash balance will be there in the office. That cash cannot be kept in the office premises, business premises. So, for safety purpose, we open a bank account and we deposit that cash into the bank. Let us assume a bank here. This is the bank. In this bank, we have our account. Whenever there is excess cash in our business office, we deposit. This is called deposit. And sometimes we need cash. Our receipts will be less. Payments should be more. Sometimes payment should be more means we have to pay creditors, but we don't have cash. So immediately what do? We go to bank and we take back our money. That is cash withdrawal from bank. This is withdrawal. These two are bank transactions. Means businessman is doing transactions with the bank. He is depositing cash into the bank. He is withdrawing cash from the bank. To record this and this, we need extra columns. One column is for recording deposits. All the deposits are debited, means debit side we have to record. All the withdrawals are to be recorded on the credit side. Now, simply, the rule is whenever cash inflow is there to the business premises, we have to record here. Whenever cash outflow is there, we have to record here. Right? Then, whenever you deposit into the bank, your cash is deposited into the bank, then these deposits are to be recorded on the debit side and these withdrawals are recorded on the credit side. This is the basic rule. Now, coming to the problem. January 1st balance of cash 400 means in the month of December we might have done some transactions, some cash transactions. We received cash, we paid cash. So after paying cash, some balance is left. Balance of cash is left. Take for example, we received 10,400 last month, receipts 10,400. But payments only 10,000. Then the difference is 400. It means 400 rupees cash is there in the office. That is called cash balance. That cash balance, opening balance should be recorded on the debit side. Writing like this, 2020 January 1st to balance brought down 400 rupees. In case of bank, we may have favorable balance with the bank or unfavorable balance with the bank. The favorable balance means last month we deposit more amount. For example, 12,000 we deposited. And in the last month, we withdrew 10,000 rupees. Deposits 12,000, withdrawals 10,000. It means still 2,000 cash balance is there in the bank. It is our money. That is called favorable balance. If the favorable balance is given in the question, that favorable balance, that is 2,000 difference, should be recorded here, debit side. Favorable balance should be recorded here. It is simply called bank balance. So in the question, if it is mentioned either favorable balance or bank balance, you should record it on debit side. And for that, just beside this, you can write this amount. But sometimes our deposits are less, withdrawals are more. For example, our deposits are 12,000, our withdrawals are 15,000 last month. So here what happened? We deposited less, we withdrew more amount. How much more amount we have taken from the bank? 3,000. Generally, banks allow us to take extra amount because we are business people, we need cash from time to time. There will be an agreement between bank and the customer, means we are the customers. If we require any extra amount than our deposits, they will give because they trust us. Okay, this is unfavorable balance. Unfavorable balance means we are liable to pay this 3,000 rupees. Since it is a liability, it should be recorded on credit side. But in this example, here bank balance OD. OD means overdraft. Unfavorable balance is also called overdraft. Overdrawn. Deposit is 12,000, but drawn amount is 15,000. Overdrawn, excess drawn. Since it is excessed on, it is called overdraft. That overdraft is to be recorded on the credit side. In this example, overdraft is given as 1000. We have to record it on credit side. To simply, in case of bank balance, if it is favorable balance, you have to record here. If it is unfavorable or overdraft balance, it is to be recorded on credit side. So I have already recorded. Now coming to the transactions. Second, received cash sales. Received cash sales means what? We sold goods, we received cash. When we received cash, this is cash inflow, receipts. Receipts are debited. Debit side you have to write. These are all debit side you have to write. Debit side. Here you have to write. How much amount we have received? 600. First you write 600 amount. Then here in the particulars column, what should we write? That is very important. Why we received this 600? For what transaction we received this 600? You have to understand. This is cash sales. For that cash sales, what should be the journal entry? You have to imagine the journal entry. Here the journal entry will be like this. Cash account debit to sales account. Cash account debit to sales account. 600, 600. Now, since you have entered in the cash book, you cancel this. This one to sales account. That to sales account you have to write. To sales account. Date, what is the date? January 2nd. Like this, you have to know what should be written in the particulars column. That is very important. If you do any wrong there, writing a different name, a different account, you cannot get full marks. Okay, let us take third transaction, third date. Received a check for rupees 150 from A. Bashir. A. Bashir is giving a check because he has to pay money to us. He doesn't have cash, but he has some bank balance. That's why he is giving us a check. And we receive the check and we deposit the same check into the bank. It is treated as a deposit. Whenever there is a deposit, we should write on the debit side as per this rule. But not from office, but from outside party. Who is giving that? Bashir is giving that check. And the check is deposited in the bank. Since it is also a deposit, we have to record on debit side. How much is the amount? 150. 150 here you have to write. Okay, here what you have to write? To A. Bashir. A. Bashir you should write. Why should you write A. Bashir? Because the journal entry is bank account debit to Bashir account. Bashir's account. So, since it is entered in the bank column, you cancel this and what is left? To Bashir. To Bashir you should write. The date is what? Third. And in this transaction, there is a discount. That discount is to be entered in the discount column. So, the check amount is recorded in the bank column. Discount amount what we are allowing is recorded in the discount column. Let us take the next transaction. Fifth, Mr. Ali settled his account of rupees 180. After discount 30 rupees. The total account amount is 180 rupees and we are allowing him discount 30 rupees. It means how much he is giving? He is giving 150 only. 180 minus 30, 150. He made his payment by check. When he made his payment by check, the same way how we did in the case of Bashir, we should do. Like to M. Ali, you should write. And here 150 you should write because total amount due is 180 and we are allowing him 30 rupees discount. 180 minus 30 is 150. In the discount column you should write 30. Over. Now, 10th, paid creditor means we paid creditor. The creditor's name is Mr. Yusuf. Rupees 125 by check. We are paying how much? 125. We are giving a check. By check. And received a discount of 5 rupees. So, here what happened? We did not pay cash. Cash is not going out. What is going out? Our bank amount is going out. Since bank amount is going out, we should record on credit side of the bank. This is just like a withdrawal. We did not withdraw, but this person, Mr. Yusuf, go to our bank and he withdraws the amount. Anyhow, our bank balance decreases. When our bank balance decreases, we should record on credit side. What should we write? By to whom you are paying? To Mr. Yusuf. How much you are paying? 125. 125 should be entered in the bank column. And received a discount. In the discount received column, we should write 5 rupees. Over. Next, 17th, paid checks into bank received earlier. Earlier means last month. Last month, we might have received some checks. Those are 300 rupees worth. Those checks are now paid into bank. It means we might have forgotten those checks to be deposited into bank on that day. Now we are depositing. Right. Then what should we do? When we received the checks and did not deposit on that day, we must have treated that as cash. Now, we should think that our cash is being deposited into the bank. Since it is going to bank, debit side, it is to be recorded first. 300 rupees. From where you are taking this amount? From cash you are taking to cash account. You have to write like this. The date is 17. The previous date, Ali's date is 5th. Okay, now since this 300 is treated as cash earlier, now that cash is going to the bank, since it is going from cash, in the cash column also you should write. Cash is going out and it is being deposited in the bank. So here you should write by bank you should write. Bank account. What is the amount? 300. You must be very careful to understand this. What is the date? Date is 17th. Yusuf's date is 10th. Since we have entered 300 on both sides, it is called a contra entry. Contra means opposite. The 300 is debited as well as credited. Since it is coming both sides, you should write C in the LF column. C in the LF column. After that, 18th, paid wages by cash, means cash is going out. When cash is going out from the office, it is treated as payment and it should be credited. Here you have to write how much amount? 110 rupees. 110 rupees. By what you should write? By wages account you should write. Why should you write wages account? You should assume that journal entry. When you are paying wages, wages account debit to cash account. Since you have entered in the cash account, cancel it. Now wages is left. That wages you have to write here. What is the date? Date is 18th. Ditto 18. Now 25th. Drew cash for personal use of proprietor, 10 rupees. Cash is being taken by the proprietor. From where? From office or from bank? You should understand. You should assume that since bank, the name bank is not mentioned here, drew cash means it is drawn from office cash. Like that you must conclude. So cash is going out. Here you have to write. How much is that amount? 10 rupees. What do you write here? By drawings account. Why by drawings account? Whenever proprietor takes any amount from the office, that goes to his home and he spends his personal expenses, drawings must be debited. Entry is drawings account debit to cash account. Since you are entering in the cash book, cash you cancel and by drawings you have to write. And 30th, drew from bank for office use. Amount is drawn from bank for office use. This is withdrawn. So cash is coming to the office. Since cash is coming to the office, debit side you have to write bank account. What is the date? Date is 30th. And amount is written where? In cash column. Why cash column? Because cash is coming from bank to office. This is a office cash column. That's why we have to write here. What is the amount? 40 rupees. And the same is drawn from bank. Bank balance is being reduced. Since it is a outflow from bank, in the bank column you have to credit it by writing a cash account. Cash account. How much is the amount? 40 rupees. Account. Date is 30th. In this way, you have to enter all these transactions. After entering the transactions, you have to take the balances of cash column and bank column. You take the discount allowed column, take the total and put here. That is 40 rupees. Here also, take the discount received column total. You need not take the difference between discount allowed and discount received. This total is recorded here. This total is recorded here. Don't balance it. Don't subtract from higher amount to lower amount. You just leave it. Now, next step is, first you take the debit side total of the cash book. Always in any cash book, debit side total. What is the total here? 1000 plus 40, 1040. Put this amount on opposite side. 1040. Then what is the difference? 620. Here you write 620. And against this, opposite to this, here you write by balance carried down. Since it is closing balance, you should write balance carried down. What should be the date? End of the month. Since it is January, the end of the month is 31st. January 31st. And now, in case of bank column, directly you can't total the debit side. Instead of that, what you have to do? Here you write bank, debit and credit. You take the total here. First you write the amounts. 150, again 150, again 300. What is the total? 0, again 0, 600. Credit side also you have to take 1000, 125, 40 rupees. Here 5, 6, 1, 1. Here credit side is more, debit side is less. This lesser amount you should write here. 600. 5, 6, 5. This is called credit balance. Credit balance means credits are more. That's why it is called credit balance. This is also called overdraft. Out of these amounts, what amounts are to be put where? This excess total is there, no? This is 600, this is 1165. That amount you have to record on both sides. 1165. This difference should be recorded here. 565. Against to this you have to write to balance carried down. The date is January 31st. This is OD, overdraft. Because credit side is more. Credit side means withdrawals. Withdrawals are more, deposits are less. Deposits are less. He deposits 600. These are less deposits. These are withdrawals. So, in that case, we call this as OD. But you need not write in the examination as OD. Now, after doing like this amount, this balance is to be recorded debit side of the cash column, 620. Here you should write to balance brought down. The date is next month 1st. What is the next month? February. February 1st. And here, this amount should be brought down onto the credit side. 565. Here you should write by balance brought down. By balance brought down. And these two are the opening balances for the next month, that is February. So like this you have to prepare triple column cash book. If you like this, you please share to your friends and subscribe to my channel and encourage me. Thank you.